What's going on, YouTube? AJ here, back with AJ Takes the Streets. We're getting ready for Hurricane Nicole here, or Tropical Storm Nicole. Should be strengthened into a hurricane shortly. Thought I'd give you guys just a little night drive before the storm. Might get some rain, so this will be a night drive with some possible rain. '22 Ford Bronco Badlands with a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6. Indeed, we do have some rain. Cut up the streets a little bit. It's pretty noisy today. It's windy. I keep my quarter panel windows out. I like the open air feeling. So far, I love this Bronco. In terms of SUVs, what do I have this to compare to? Or what did I have to compare this to? I had a Toyota 4Runner a few years back. Base model, nothing crazy. But I loved it. A lot of space. I'm a dog owner, so space is essential to me. The one sports car that I did have was an Audi S5. It was a hatchback, and it had enough space for the dogs, just not as much as I really wanted to. One of the reasons I got rid of it, not the main reason, but one of the reasons. But this Bronco is nothing to sleep on. It's not the Raptor. The Raptor has a 3.0 twin turbo in it, so it is faster and has a little bit more grumble. But this, I'll tell you, has the pep that you need. Most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm driving this in the normal mode out of the GOAT modes that we have. I keep it in normal, which is too high. Yep, too high. So that's pretty much rear wheel drive. Gonna yield here, and we're Gucci. You can hear the turbo spool up when you take off. There is a PSI gauge. Normally I have that up. There it is. Little turbo boost to monitor your PSI. See how much boost is going into the engine. And go through downtown a little bit. There's a little strip here that I could take off on the road. Check it out. Church bells going off. Or is it gonna take forever? Theater Plaza. So cruise here. Keep a low speed, that way I could take off a little quicker. There we go. Right on yellow. Alright, let's test this out. Woo! A little bit of rumble. That's what we'd like to hear. Smell that gas too. It's a bumper. Someone got in an accident. Slice up streets a little bit. So one of the darker roads, so you can see kind of the LED headlights and how they perform. Solid. I love bright lights. I need them. The further I can see, the better. That's just my preference. My F-150 Coyote that I had before this Bronco came with your standard halogen lights, and I had to upgrade those to the F-150 LEDs, and they're just bright. You see like a mile away. So I made sure when I ordered my Bronco that I built it within the trim that has LEDs. I don't know if that's standard. I don't think it is. The turning on this is pretty good. Doesn't necessarily turn like a truck, or that saying that you hear, it turns like a truck. It's not as loose, right? It's totally opposite of the Jeep, and I think it has to deal with the independent front suspension. But it's solid. I would say it feels like a classic SUV. It feels like you're not in an off-road vehicle. This 2.7, while it's not a 5.0 naturally aspirated engine, which I love the 5.0 Coyote, I've become obsessed with the Coyote engine. I had it in the truck. The truck was temporary. I love trucks, but having the 5.0 in the truck absolutely made me a Coyote fanboy. But this 2.7 has kick, and it's just enough. It's what you need in an off-road vehicle like this. I haven't taken this vehicle off-roading just yet. I plan to take it to the dunes, see how it performs, but on pavement, as a street Bronco that I've used it as, if it had a 5.0, hands down I would have the 5.0. But it doesn't. The Wild Track, originally when I ordered my Bronco, the Wild Track I was told would have the longest wait because of the Sasquatch package. Sasquatch doesn't really make a difference to me, but I didn't want the base. The Badlands is the only trim outside of the Wild Track that has a lift standard on it. So this Badlands trim has 1-inch or 1.5 inch lift in comparison to the stock Bronco. So your stock street Bronco. Of course, we have the 17-inch painted wheels on this with the 33-inch Wrangler tires. It works for me. Am I going to be going off-roading all the time? No. Do I want to have the option to? 100%. So that's why I chose the Badlands over some of the other street Broncos, more so Black Diamond and Outer Banks, because it is kind of like a perfect medium between top of the line Wild Trek and your base Bronco. So I've driven a base Bronco with the 2.3. It was lifted with a nice set of wheels, but that thing was struggling. If you're looking to buy a Bronco, anything with the base kit on it, the base lift, and you have plans to put an aftermarket lift, anything above a 2-inch lift with bigger wheels on it, get the 2.7. My experience in driving both, just get the 2.7. Your engine's not going to struggle. I had a white Bronco for one day that I got to drive. 2 days that I got to drive. It was nice, but it was struggling. That 2.3, I mean, you heard that engine scream pretty much the whole time. And it was automatic. It was the same transmission, but the engine itself, it was too much. And on top of that, it was in a break-in period. It was only getting 9, barely 10 miles a gallon. Now, if you don't have plans on putting a ridiculous lift on your Bronco, if one at all, maybe you'll upgrade the wheels, put bigger tires, slicker tires on it, you'll be fine with the 2.3. If it's a street truck, you'll be fine. Even with a bigger lift, you'll be fine with the 2.3, but keep in mind, bigger wheels means your engine needs to work harder, so you're not going to have the best mileage. Everybody's different, so that's it. But it's AJ here with AJ Takes the Streets, doing a little night drive with a little bit of rain before Hurricane Nicole hits us. Appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing more POVs in the Bronco, covering Bronco life, but more importantly, just living the car life, taking it to the streets. It's AJ. Till next time, we out.